All right, y'all. It's that time of the year where it feels like Christmas for everybody that plays 2K. Everybody is ready for the drop. Everybody just starting to see what everybody's posting from 2K Community Day. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting on Henry to drop. I was waiting on statistics to drop. And Kills and Win was the first person video that I saw. This is going to be about how I feel about everything that I saw. Maybe I see a couple things that y'all didn't see. Let's get into this. I think the first things that we saw from anybody that played MyTeam was the pack openings. The pack openings look fairly better. I'm not gonna lie. I think yes, the animation for pack openings last year might be better. We don't know what we get with higher tiers this year. I'm really not sure. It's better than just the shake. You can see the lighting on the outside with the diamonds and the pink diamonds, the galaxy opals. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I actually like the shake better this year. It's nothing too crazy, but it's decent. The pack openings, not only do they have different animations, but just the pack opening animations in general is better. When you open it, they end up walking out on a whole stage. It's almost like a wrestler, you know what I mean? But at least they have a whole stage to come out on. Pack opening animations from last year is it's okay, but this year is actually clearly better. They come out, they're on a whole stage, there's fireworks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure as it goes up, it'll probably get better. But what's also cool, when you open packs, you don't have to open one at a time anymore. If you get 2 cards at a time, you can open both at once. So I literally saw 2 players come out at once. I'm like, wait a minute, Stephen Curry? I was like, yo, are you kidding me? This is insane. And the knighting animation that they have is tough. Chef's kiss, I won't lie. So I gotta say, I fuck with that. The fact that you got open multiple cards is tough. Better animations, overall better experience. Hopefully, it's not as draining as 2K25. Because my team was for the rich guys last year. As far as the early game cards to watch out for, Luka #1. The reason why I say that is because Pink Diamond Luka, you can use him at point guard from early. I don't think I've ever seen Luka be able to play point guard this early, but then again, I also took off for a few years. But I've never seen Luka be able to play point guard this early in the year. So Pink Diamond Luka is going to be one of the cards to look out for super early in the year. You got Diamond Steph Curry to look out for. That's going to be tough. I saw Caitlin Clark and how she looked. Caitlin Clark looked like she has a really good release. I'll talk about releases a little bit later. Pink Diamond Caitlin Clark looks cool. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Galaxy Opal one, who looks tough. You know what I'm saying? It seems like those 4. Maybe there's probably one more. There is Anthony Edwards. I think he's a Pink Diamond. But yeah, cards to really look out for that really stuck out to me when it came to the playthrough. Another thing is, it seems like free agents might be able to get more games. When I was looking at a video, I saw Wemby have 25 games. I don't know if that was just for Community Day or they just gonna start giving free agents a lot more games. If they start giving free agents more games, I don't know how I feel about that. Free agents can be frustrating. I'm not gonna lie to you, especially if you don't have a team to be able to match it. So giving them more games, I feel like free agents would be cool if you could only use them offline. But if you could use them online, I feel like that's where the restrictions get pretty tough. I want to say that the player card review, that's just the way that you look at your stats, is so clean. They have completely redesigned the interface for this. And whenever you decide to look at your player stats, there's a description on what the stat is for, which is, again, chef's kiss, really good. They have details saying what the stat is for, and just like I said, a cleaner interface that really looks good. You know what I'm saying? In addition to not just with one player, if you decide to compare players and you have 2 up, it's a beautiful comparison of stats, or badges between the 2. So really, really clean. I love the new interface. The interface looks really good. So as far as the player card review, cards that we really need to look out for, the pack openings and the animations, I gotta say, right now things look pretty clean. We don't have anything on the auction house yet. We don't have anything on injuries. We did see that there's still salary. So salary cap is gonna be in the game. That's a confirmation, you know what I mean? But we just haven't seen what a lot of other stuff looks like, As far as the gameplay mechanics, I want to say there's 2 ways to green. Using the stick is still king. As long as you're rhythm shooting, you have a chance to make the shot at this point. Stick shooting, it seems like if you want to be better at shooting, you're gonna have to go that way. If you try to shoot with the button, yes, you're gonna be able to shoot with it. It seems like the button is probably gonna be better this year. It may not be nerfed, but stick is just gonna be better because all you have to do is either green the timing or the tempo. I don't know how I feel about that. especially when it comes to like, you know, shooting in people's faces. But hopefully there's like a balance to where there's some defense that matters. I feel like Challenger didn't work last year, so hopefully Challenger definitely works this year. Dribbling is back. Last year, oh my God, I felt like I couldn't dribble. I'm gonna be able to dribble this year. I was watching Stat, I was watching Ty. I seen Fanta dribbling on 2K26. Tough, you know what I'm saying? So just off of seeing Stat, and Fanta sitting there dribbling, I was like, yeah, we got misdirections back. We got like cancellations back. It's gonna be hard, bro. I cannot wait. I'm gonna be right back to ISOing and 5-out just like I always did for my team this year. So that'll be cool. There's also higher game speed. Like they said that they sped up the game apparently according to Henry like 10%, but in reality he felt like it was a little bit more than that. Either way, the game speed last year was really slow. So speeding up the game is always a W. We needed that really bad now, and I'm glad that it's a noticeable like change. We don't need to have slower gameplay. We want to be able to have it like either a moderate or a faster pace. You know what I'm saying? In addition to when you play All-Star Team Up, oh my God, I wanted to wait for this one. When you play All-Star Team Up, the quarters, it's either 3-minute quarters or 6-minute halves. You know what I mean? I remember specifically there being 6-minute halves. So at least when we play All-Star Team Up with our 4 friends, you know what I mean? Or a couple of friends, maybe you have, maybe you can't get a whole 5. Depends on if you have no friends. If you have no friends, you're a loser. When we play All-Star Team, which is going to be so tough, I remember being a part of the Golden Age of 2K and Team Up. Like this is kind of what we was trying to do, you know what I mean? So being able to do something like this in 2K26 is going to be fire. Aside from the court being a little bit small, because that's probably like the biggest issue, the court may be a little bit small. At least like the 5v5 is not going to take 40 minutes, you know what I mean? It's just not going to be that long. It'll be quick games that you can get. I will say rat passes are back, and I'm super excited for that. I don't know if y'all saw some of the passes that was being thrown, but I saw somebody had like one person on the side on a play. He moved it with LeBron and he did a rat pass, effectively moving it around the defense. And I'm like, oh my God, he didn't pass it into the body. Like he actually moved it around. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to be able to pass the ball effectively instead of like it's being passed into somebody's body when you don't want it to go there. Maybe I'm a hater for this, but I feel like I'm the best post player on the game, right? I've been one of the best post players in 2K for a very long time. And I don't feel like the post is super renovated. I just feel like most people don't know how to play post. A lot of people don't really play the post and see it as ineffective. So they don't necessarily use it unless it's super overpowered. I felt like hook shots were amazing last year. I felt like fades weren't as strong because you had to rhythm shoot. And the fact that you had to rhythm shoot a fade and it always wasn't perfect, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't always the greatest, but the post was very strong last year. And to be honest, the fakes that I was seeing in the video being used, it just seems like I've seen it before in 2K25 and done them. So I'm just shocked on why everybody is like, there's maybe like 1 or 2. I'm gonna test it out when 2K26 comes out so that I can understand it. But most of what I saw, like some of the fakes that I saw, a lot of them I'm already familiar with from 2K25. So I'm just confused. Park and the rep rewards, these will be the last things. The park looks solid. I'm really happy with what they did with the park. We have the old Sunset Beach Park. I don't know if it's 2K16 or 2K15. I think it's 2K16. Old Sunset Park. You get 5 times rep, 5 times MT for beating the top rep with the new Streak Buster reward system. Yo, I didn't even know that we was getting that. When it comes to streaking, if you have at least a 5 streak or more, you can get VC for breaking streaks. So everybody's gonna have incentive to be able to break somebody's streak whenever somebody's on one for real, and get some MT for doing it. 5 times rep and MT for beating top rep, and you get VC for beating top streaks in the park. We saw with a 5-game streak, if you break that, it's 2,000 VC, but you never know. If it's probably 10, maybe it's more. Maybe a 10 game is 4,000, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth. We really don't know, but we'll figure it out. Either way, that's my thoughts on how I feel about 2K26. When 2K26 comes in, what are you guys doing first? Are you guys gonna be doing my team like me? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be heading straight to the my team streets. Are you guys gonna be playing part? What part of my team y'all gonna be playing? I know for me, Oh, I'm doing whatever it takes to be number one. So it could be online, it could be offline. Maybe I tap into the fives of my boys. The more I think about it, the more I think them fives, the all-star team up, might be the way to start, because they might want to incentivize everybody to be playing that early on. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I really do appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. If y'all want to see what I'm usually doing when I'm not sitting here playing 2K, I'll have a video right here. But aside from that, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll have our last video on 2K25. See y'all soon.